Welcome to Joy News Desk with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Coming up, there's our latest Global InfoAnalytics polls show former Vice President Dr. Bawumia still leading the opposition NPP's primaries with 47% of delegate support. We discussed that here on News Desk as we get into the camp of Dr. Bawumia Agyapong and the NDC. Also, University for Development Studies makes history by winning the FISU World University Football Tournament. Subin River now gasps beneath mountains of filth and plastic waste. These plus some business updates on our desk. Please stay. We start off with the new poll by Global InfoAnalytics showing that former Vice President Dr. Bawumia is still leading in the New Patriotic Party's presidential primaries with 47% of delegate support. The poll also reveals 57% of Ghanaian voters prefer Dr. Bawumia to lead the opposition NPP into the next general election. We'll bring in studio later Dr. Dixon Adumakwa-Kisi, who is spokesperson for Dr. Bawumia Agyapong to speak on this. And we also have on the line currently the NDC's Dr. Mande joining us for conversation because this InfoAnalytics poll also mentions the NDC's presidential primaries with some leading figures on it. We have Haruna Iddrisu, we have Dr. Mr. Asiedu Nketia also on it. We have Mr. Ato Forson as well as Julius Debra on that poll. We're grateful for your time, Mr. Mande, on Joy News Desk.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. And it's interesting that in the NDC poll, we're seeing Haruna Iddrisu leading it. Does this come to you as a surprise?
Well, so thank you very much and good morning to yourself and your cherished listeners. I believe that I'm happy to talk about this matter for the first time. The NDC has a code. We have a way we select leaders. We have a way leaders emerge. We have structures in the party. We have a tradition of the party. We have considerations that are often being used. Our forebears have used that over time, and that is what we are all trained to know. Now, should we as a party want to engage in the conversation of having, say, a consensual candidate where we don't have to go to election, there's a way we go about that. Should we say that we want to do an election where everybody is given an opportunity? The party knows how to go about that. But as we speak today, these conversations are ahead of time. Ahead of time because that is not where we are as a party. In fact, the Ghanaians would not even be happy to see anybody in the party, and because we are not at a place where the priority of the party is about who is going to lead us in the 2028 election. In fact, within the party, our priority is not about who our candidate is going to be in 2028. Our priority is to see how we can work together the same way we came together to win the 2024 election. We just Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We are just 9 months in office. How we can, engineer collectivism. How we can engineer from the base to the top. How we can bring Ghanaians to the table to ensure that the nation's problem is being resolved. Currently, as we speak, that is the mandate that we have. The mandate Ghanaians give us is to ensure that we lead the country in the next 4 years. And leading the country will require that we perform. It will require that we help the president to achieve his vision. It requires that we make the people of Ghana happy. All Ghanaians want to know is that they don't experience what the MPP have taken them through. Through that effort and through that achievement, the next successor will emerge. A natural leader of the NDC will emerge. Now, I want to say that we have shifted, the generation have shifted from a situation where people lobby popularity into presidency. It has shifted, and if you care to know, throughout the country, both political parties, Ghanaians are well aware of who they intend to lead them and at what time. And they will not do so through polls. They will do so when the time is right. If anybody in the NDC believes that this is the time for he or she to be campaigning for presidency when we are 8 months, 9 months in office, that person is dreaming. Clearly, it shows that that person doesn't want to be a president. He wants to destroy himself for ceremonial reasons. And so please, the party and government have a mandate to deliver. And all of us ascribe to that mandate. We went around and promised the people of Ghana that we'll make their situation better. We promised the people of Ghana that we'll offer them what is better than what Akufo-Addo gave them. We promised the people of Ghana that under us, they won't see corruption. In fact, they are not seeing corruption. But we must work together to provide food on the table of Ghanaians.
Well, that point has been made, Mr. Bande. We get that. Yeah. But this poll has given you a head start on what to expect if you are going into your presidential primaries. These figures have come up.
As a party executive and as a party, polls are ancillary tools that support our decision making. But like I told you, the party has a code. If you don't know that code, then you cannot win election within the party.
Well, so these polls don't mean anything to the party. Is that what you're saying at this time?
They mean a lot to our geopolitics. They mean a lot to decision making. But we are not there yet. The party's attention, the Ghanaians don't expect us to be where the conversation is going. And the party's attention is not on who succeeds His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The party's focus is on how to deliver on the mandate Ghanaians give us. But we are very glad that these polls are coming. We are observing the commentaries, but that is not what is going to determine who the NDC will present for 2028 election. We are not there yet. When we get there, a decision will be made as to whether we are going to agree on one single successor, consensually agreed by everyone, or would sample a number of possible candidates to go through an internal context for which a candidate will emerge. The NDC, if you look at the history of the two political parties, it is only the NDC that has a history of choosing a presidential candidate without a lot of people contesting. If you check, that is our history. We even have situations where nobody contests at all. We go and we do declarations and we move on. So we have a way of handling our internal party issues. But I want to emphasize again that we are grateful for this research. It's very good, but that is not where the party is. And Ghanaians do not expect anybody, in fact, no appointee should be engaged into what we call presidential ambition. It will be an affront to our collective interest. It will be strange. In fact, it will be condemnable and unaccepted to where we are at this time.
Well, Mr. Bande, I get what you're saying, and this is a research not done by your political party members, but by InfoAnalytics, and they are giving a hypothetical situation here. They've spoken to people affiliated to the NDC as well as people affiliated to the NPP. And these are fine gentlemen, Asiedu Nketia, Julius Deborah Ato Forson, as well as Haruna Iddrisu. Looking at these fine gentlemen and the kind of support that they are receiving in this research, What do you make of the research anyway? I mean, hypothetically speaking, not that, based on what you just said, that's not where your mind is as a party yet. But this is what is showing now. What do you make of this? Will this help you moving forward?
No, it will not help us. I'm saying that if you bring Jesus Christ to come and lead a failed political party or a failed government, that person will lose. So we want to make sure that we whip all our appointees to focus on their job. Each and every one have been given a job. Each and every stakeholder or senior person within the party, the names you have mentioned, the national chairman has a responsibility to keep the party united and solid. Honorable Haruna Iddrisu has a responsibility to deliver on the mandate on education. Honorable Ato Forson has a responsibility to deliver on finance and economic recovery, including names that you do not know. But I am happy that today you are mentioning names of persons who can be presidents in our party. It means that at any point in time, the party has options. That is very good for us. But as to who will emerge, we are not there yet. We are not there. You may have been tipped by pollsters. You may not have been tipped by pollsters. When the council of elders, the wise men in the party, the spiritual men in the party, the rank and file of the party, if there's a reason for them to rally around one candidate, they will do so when the timing is right. But at the moment, we will run away from this conversation, decline this invitation of discussing who becomes the next presidential candidate, encourage the rank and file of the party to run away from that conversation so that we solidify ourselves around the presidency and the government to deliver on the mandate that brought us to power in the first place. If we were in opposition, we will not be talking about who succeeds President Mahama by this time. We are in government, and we have a mandate to deliver. That mandate is so crucial that nothing will obstruct any of us to engage in any other conversation than ensuring that we are able to fight Galamsey, we are able to make sure oral is working. People who have stolen money will have to be prosecuted, and so must happen. Deal with food security, deal with economic recovery, tackle unemployment issues and any other threat that confronts our nation, as well as we build a nation together. I am determined that President Mahama must succeed, and that is my focus in the meantime. And that is the focus on the larger majority individuals in our party. We cannot fail the masses. We cannot fail you. We cannot fail the people of Ghana. And so let us kill this conversation. That conversation will come when the timing is right.
Well, just before you kill the conversation, though, last year, before the President Mahama won the elections, you actually had a head start. You went ahead to campaign and all that. Well, fast forward, and now President Mahama just has one term. You don't think that within the 3 years, you need to also be thinking about getting somebody to replace him quickly and also cement that person's support base? As the NPP has already established the people who are going to contest for their presidential primaries in January, at least to court that attention.
We just came to power, okay? And we are even yet to give full account of our 1 year term. We are not there yet.
Okay.
In a proper context of power transitioning, there have not been a time that within 9 months, any government have come under the kind of expectation that we are under now. And so our trump card will be our performance. If we fail, my sister, you are not a politician. We can go and bring Jesus Christ to come and lead the party. We'll go to opposition. The only luck we have is that the alternative is not something that you want to venture in. Currently, they are enemies of the state, very disorganized. But we are happy that these polls are coming. Not two ways about it. But I'm saying that this is not a time to engage in that conversation. Because for now, Ghanaians expect all of us to rally around our president. Obviously, we will not go into 2028 election without a candidate. President Mahama will not go off the scene without a successor. And so when the one to succeed is currently delivering a mandate, why will people be jumping the gun and be posing themselves as successors when the conversation haven't started. All these people you have put on that line, these are credible individuals and senior members of this party.
Right.
If the party decides on any one of them, it doesn't matter what degree of mark the person have scored. It is for all of us to go out there and market that candidate to be able to win an election. When you have a candidate that is wise, you don't struggle in election. And I can confidently tell you that the people from the NDC you see there do not have questionable record of dishonesty in governance. So their marketability will not be a problem when the time comes. In the meantime, we are interested in working together to provide jobs for our party base and the teeming youth of this country. That is the pressure that is on my head. I'm sitting in this office and the calls I'm receiving is about jobs. If you go to anywhere to have a presidential campaign, the people will sack you. Ghanaians are not prepared for that conversation. The party NDC base is not prepared for that conversation. Even to have it is a miscarriage of the ambition that we have to deliver a mandate for the people of Ghana. And so that is where I say we kill this conversation. No NDC member should engage in it. No party member should comment about it. We are grateful for it. Our comment should be about how to prosecute President Akufo-Addo's appointees who have stolen money, about how to arrest the people who have destroyed our water bodies. That should be our focus. Our focus is about putting bread and butter on the table of the people of Ghana. This is what even the spirits of Ghana are counting on this government to do.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gwande, for your comments on this. We're grateful for your time this morning on our desk.
God bless you. You are looking beautiful this morning, though.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm grateful for that.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
All right. So we have in studio Dr. Dixon Adumakwa-Kisi. He's spokesperson for Dr. Bawumia Agyapong, and he is also with the NPP. Grateful for your time on our desk this morning, sir. And let me start with this InfoAnalytics. I mean, we just heard the NDC there. They are not willing to speak about it, much of it though. But with the findings coming before us, the new is saying that Dr. Bawumia is still leading, at least with this 57%, Kennedy Agyapong 32%, Dr. Iddrisu 4%, Dr. Bawumia Agyapong 4%, and Engineer Kwabena Agyapong 3%. You know, and in the event of a runoff between Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy Agyapong, the poll shows that Dr. Bawumia will lead with 62% and Kennedy with 38%. Well, when you look at this poll, your candidate, Mr. Bawumia Agyapong, is trailing at 4%. I know maybe, I don't want to preempt what you're going to say, but let me ask you this question. With Dr. Bawumia Agyapong trailing at 4%, how does this play out for you, you know, for your camp? Do you still believe that you should still go ahead, you know, knowing very well that you don't have that support base that you think you have, according to this poll?
All right. So, first of all, thanks for having me here. Admittedly, I think that we all believe that polls are necessary. And I also believe that the timing is important. I understand from Musa Dankwa that he is consistent in terms of when he does his poll. I think that a true reflection of the polls will be when the new entrants have been able to tour all 276 constituencies. And I think that after Dr. Bawumia Agyapong, Iddrisu, and the likes have been able to tour all 276 constituencies, that will be a more true reflection of what's on the ground. We must admit, we know we just got into the fray, and we've gone into a match where two people took the lead in the last election. So we're now, as it is, gathering momentum. And admittedly, we are astonished by where we are now, especially within the past 3 months of just getting started. And I mean, I think we used to be way below even 1%, just to say the least. So Dr. Bawumia Agyapong just commenced 6 constituencies in terms of the touring. I think by Thursday he would have hopefully finished 33. out of the 276, which is in the eastern region. I don't necessarily know where the next region will be. It could be Greater Accra, it could be Ashanti region, I don't know. But one thing is very clear to me. Many people are hearing the message. Many people are being informed in terms of the things that happened that contributed largely to our losses. And one thing is very clear. For us, we believe we're starting from ground zero. And for that reason, I think that the polls will be more reflective after our engagement with the 276 consensus.
When will that be, though?
We are programmed to hopefully finish by, let's say, first week in January of 2026. And I think that around December, the polls will be more reflective, because this is, I think, premature from my point of view. Though it's a poll that has been done, it's premature in the sense that we just got clearance. It's never happened that you accept nomination and then you pause on candidates campaigning. We just had to wait for Apetia elections before
you started campaigning.
Campaigning. So I think that to conclude on this, he's said his bit. We're very confident that the truest picture will be around December when we have been able to visit many constituencies. At least when we've crossed more than half of the constituencies in this country, then when you poll, I can be able to agree with you that, our message, our candidate has been seen and heard by many more people. So we'll wait until then. So I think that people should be rest assured. We saw what happened with Hillary Clinton in terms of polls and how Donald Trump suddenly surprised all of us. And politics is very
You think Brian is going to pull off a surprise?
Certainly. And
what will give him that edge?
Well, the thing is that, in my view, as we explained to the voters and help them appreciate the ditch we're in, I personally think that the deficit in terms of the votes that we have now as an MPP, Dr. Brian stands a very powerful chance to close up that deficit. And if truly a political party's main objective is to win power, then the candidate that can close up that 2 million gap is the candidate we should go for. Listen, somebody advisably said that, listen, the NDC removed Haruna from minority leader then for a strategic reason, to make Central Region very pronounced. And that contributed to the NDC's victory. For that reason, I think that the MPP entire fraternity needs to be mindful of the need to be strategic in our thinking. A candidate that can help us win the election in 2028, more so than necessarily a figure. And as people say, it's not flag bearership we want. We want a candidate
that can win the election.
Presidency. And I've told some of our Greater Accra people that, we are way below where we are. We're about 5 constituencies now out of 34. And it shouldn't be lost on us. A candidate that can help us gain at least our past glory of about 15 seats or more is the candidate that we in Greater Accra should be focused on. Because without the seats, you cannot get the presidency. And as a political
You think Bawumia will not get those seats better than Brian would do?
Well, I mean, as it stands now, the party in its entirety has 87 seats. Dr. Bawumia won 77. So in very simple terms, what it means is that the party was more favorable than the candidate. It's very straightforward. Supposing he had had more seats than the number of seats we have as a party, then I would have said that, yes, our former candidate was more favorable than the party.
But it was his face on the party's...
but his face being on the party
it also
put him at a deficit more than the members of parliament. And even if you check on the votes, the quantum of votes that members of parliament garnered is still far in excess of our candidate. Usually, the candidate takes lead and the MPs trail him. But the reverse happened this time, which means that we have a serious problem at hand. It shouldn't be that the presidency trails behind members of parliament. He is supposed to pick them up. And out of his popularity, the members of parliament also get something. But the reverse happened. So clearly, the party issues are there. We scored 88 before Nketia's death. And then the presidential candidate scored 77. And I think that to overturn that, we need to carefully review, our candidature. And mind you, none of our former flag bearers had ever been second in command for 16 good years. So we can't necessarily even compare him to the likes of Kufuor, who was never in any powerful position of vice presidency, neither Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He was never vice president. So this calls for a bigger introspection, and which is what I'm praying that my party people do, because there's never been a time in Ghana's history where you've had a candidate 16 years as second in command go for an election and perform in this fashion. I mean, truth be told, we love him, but the performance unacceptable. And that is why I think that NPP has a refreshing candidate, a younger candidate, and case in point, the party needs to become more attractive again. And I think that looking at the hospitality experience that Dr. Bawumia and Agyapong has, the into IT business that he operates, which we know is both local and international, in terms of Sierra Leone, South Africa, and other countries that run, on his operating system. I really think that Dr. Bawumia and Agyapong is the future, and even MPP, our sole primary focus is on coming back into power or into office. Then we need a candidate that can help us with that. Right. And yeah.
So there's also another contentious issue that's come up just over the weekend. Justin Kodia releasing a statement. Minister Bernard Nchibo on their comments in Abronya DC, about this issue of them skewing the day to suit a particular party. Wontumi has been responding. He says that it's a misrepresentation. There should be some form of intra-party communication or dialogue ongoing. What do you make of these things that are coming up, especially with your candidate also, competing? And do you agree, first of all, that something is being done to favor one aspirant over another?
There's always been this strong perception, and case in point, Alan Chamantin left the party largely for that perception that the table was skewed to one candidate, and for that reason, it was unfair. Let me also add that Adainimo on here, I mean, I think I'm sitting where he was
in his chair
about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, stated categorically that he felt that his money was not good for this election, largely because the tables have been skewed towards one candidate. So invariably, two former candidates have stated this, and that perception has now been attested to by these two regional chairmen. And I think that looking at the party's constitution, this is tantamount to bringing the party's reputation into disrepute.
Let me ask you again.
And I think that...
Do you think that is what is happening? I mean, the other party executives have spoken, and the regional...
No, that perception is...
Is it a perception for you, or you think it's a reality for your candidate?
Well, I mean, let me be a bit more clear here. The initial workings of the party, largely, even during presidency, was skewed towards, the succession of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That cannot be disputed. Okay. Now, however, one of the key things that people have to become aware of is that the likes of Dr. Bawumia Agyapong, the likes of Dr. Iddrisu, who were in support of the agenda, have withdrawn. And there are many more characters and individuals who hitherto were also with that bandwagon and have left. And that brings the question that, are we still at the 60-something%? No, we are not. So invariably, we have faith in the grassroots, and we think that the case we are making will be reflective of their sentiments. And for that reason, they will make a choice in the interest of the party. And for that matter, it's unfortunate that the regional chairpersons would be insinuating that this thing is skewed.
How should it be dealt with? I mean, the General Secretary has released a statement.
It's not enough.
And the other people are fighting back.
I think that the statement is not enough. There should be a call to order. And that is the barest minimum that I'm hoping.
Do you think that the regional executives see this, the current executives or leadership of the party to respect that call to order? I mean, in the circumstances that they find themselves currently. I mean, Justin has released a statement. Untumi says, no, you're misrepresenting me. I don't think that's what I meant and all that. And it looks like there's still some deep divisions amongst the leadership of the...
I think that voters should look at the disrespect to the General Secretary's directive and vote with their conscience to weed out some of these elements.
Right.
And I think that the true verdict or the true decision depends on the grassroots or the ordinary polling station chairman or secretary or organizer. I think that the onus is on them to take a decisive decision January 31st to weed out some of these, what we call rascals.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dixon Adumako-Kisi. He's a member of the Bawumia Agyapong camp. And moving on, the University for Development Studies has written its name in history after winning the FISU World University Football Tournament. This follows the 2-1 victory over Brazil's Paulista University in the final on Sunday. Highlights of the game, and then we'll engage Abdul Hai Momen. He's the Communications Director of UDS.
Esqualapio sends it long, down the middle, picked up, goes for goal! Paulista University, not even 30 seconds played. This is Asiedu. Oh, a goal, finds the keeper. Goal! Not going home. Look at this again. And unmarked time to deliver a corner to potentially win the match for UDS. Oh! It's a goal! It's a goal! Jamila! 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 Helwa! Helwa! There might not be any penalties for this game. He just bent it in, hit the post, and it went in. They are the champions. Campion, campion. University for Development Studies, known as UDS, from Ghana.
And I don't think I remember the last time I've been so excited about a Ghanaian football match like I did yesterday. Abdul Hai Momen is Communications Director of UDS, and he's in China with the boys. And grateful to have you, Hai. I believe that this morning is like being on cloud 9. And many will say that this victory is something delivered to Ghanaians like what the Black Stars couldn't do for us. How is it there? How is it over there? Hi, Mohammed, unmute and speak to us.
UDA to make a strong case for Africa. Other continents had up to 4 teams represented in this tournament. Africa had just about 1, and we had to fight our way through to the finals despite all the odds. And the morale in camp right now, it's so high, especially knowing that back home, people like you, Joy News, and the other TV networks have done so well in broadcasting and telling the UDS story out there. We are so very excited. But one thing that even excites us more this evening here in Dalian, China, is the fact that His Excellency, the Ambassador to China, just paid the team a visit, and he's here with us. Ambassador Kojo Bonsu is here with us, and he came here a while ago to congratulate the team. There was a message he delivered on behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Beyond that, he also gave the team a handsome donation in recognition of their efforts. And he's here. You may want to ask him whatever questions that you have for him as well.
Indeed. Ambassador, we're grateful for your time on our desk. I mean, seeing the victory that these guys have given us, what's the way forward for them? Are they going to be, brought into the mainstream Black Stars, or what is happening?
It's a bit too early, my dear. Thank you for having me anyway. It's a bit too early. I mean, these are young lads who have done so well for Ghana. And I think at the moment, all that we need to do is to congratulate them for lifting Ghana flag so high. So that's all we are doing for now. Those who are good would sort of migrate. You can go to the satellites, the meteors and that sort of thing. But the Black Stars, I think it's a bit too early, my dear.
Honorable also does tell us that in the next 2 weeks, the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be visiting China, and not too long ago he had a meeting with the representative of the mayor of Dalian, where we are currently based, and the conversation was that there is the possibility of establishing a twin sister city relationship between Dalian here in China and Tamale. Very exciting, Your Excellency.
That's a proposal. It's part of my KPIs, and it's my duty to make sure that the Ghana flag flies high. So all that we're doing is trying to get a twin city with Dalian and Tamale.
All right, so Honorable Ambassador, thank you so very much. I have the Pro-Vice Chancellor of our university here. He is also a very excited man, Professor Elliot Haruna Al-Hassan. Prof accompanied the team here to give them moral support and to ensure that all the winning bonuses that the players deserved, he made those promises to the players, and that is what has culminated in this victory, which is not just a Ghanaian victory, but also a victory for the entire African continent. We are on Joy News now. How do you feel right now, even as we prepare to go home to celebrate our victory?
Very excited, because before we came, this is the 3rd edition, and we are told that the first 2 editions, no African country has been able to go beyond the group stages. So when we came, our main aim was to go beyond the group stages. We qualified for the quarters, to the semis, and to the finals. And finally, we lifted the cup.
Thank you very much, Professor Elliot, Pro-Vice Chancellor. And you did show some portions of the match yesterday. One of the goal scorers, who is also the captain of the team, indeed, when all hope seemed to have been lost, he is the one who came to equalize just on the stroke of the full time, and he's the captain, Mohammed Asigri Suleimana. So we're on Joy News live right now. Were you very confident from the very beginning that you were going to take this ultimate cup back to Ghana?
Definitely, we're prepared for it, and God being so good, we won it.
Okay, and I just want to pan the camera around so you have a look at some of those faces you just watched on the highlights there. You can see many of them. The creator of the first goal, which was tapped in by Asigri. And then also seated here is Ibrahim Saliku, who created the corner that led to the second goal by Izzedine. And these are the young men who, and I'm so excited that you're already making a case for them to join the various national teams, because these are young men who have shown that beyond just university education, they can contribute to the country in other ways. We are so excited. The morale in camp has been high, and the support from the Ghanaian populace has also been amazing. If you still have some time, I'd like to turn attention to the head coach of the team, Coach Ibrahim Tanko, who from day one has ensured that there is discipline in camp. So how do you feel right now, being the first African to win this prestigious tournament?
Yeah, I'm highly elated in the sense that I'm the first to have that opportunity to win a trophy of the sort.
And so what it means is that you have to definitely come back at some point to defend this trophy. Will you be able to assemble a team? Because many of your players obviously will be out of university by the time you'll be coming back to defend.
Much as my university students will complete, so also will the opponents' students also complete. So we'll all start from afresh.
All right. Thank you so very much. And that was Coach Ibrahim Tanko, who is the head coach of the team. The team has a strong backing from behind, a doctor who ensured that they were all physically fit, sports advisory committee, Professor Helegbe and Alhaji Yusuf Abdullah, as well as assistant coaches Burhan Bubakar and Kojo White, ensuring that all the needs of the players were catered for behind the scenes. And to you, Joy News, we've been monitoring all the updates. Thank you so very much. And I like that smile. When we bring the cup, I'm hoping to meet you at the airport where we'll let you have
I'll be there. I'll be there. I mean, if my editors allow me, I should come there. And you don't know how happy I am up to high moment.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations to the boys and also to the entire team for making Ghana proud.
Thank you. By the way, I have a gold medal. You could come for it if you want to.
Oh, I'll come for it. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So those of you who don't know, Hai Moment used to be a journalist with GTV, and she did a tremendous job there, giving us a report of everything happening in China. Moving on to other stories, the Subing River, once a vital water source flowing through Kumasi, now gasps beneath mountains of filth and plastic waste. What should be a life-giving stream has become a stagnant, choking drain of decay, a festering reminder of a city drowning in its own waste. Emmanuel Baikweku reports on the sanitation crisis that is threatening both the city's pride as the garden city and its people's health.
Traversing the Asoka overpass to the Ahojo roundabout in Kumasi, a sight never missed is a pile of garbage resting in and along the Subin River. In this massive heap of refuse is a mixture of plastics, organic waste, electronic gadgets, and other solid wastes.
This is the Subin River. This is a major water source running through the Asoka municipality from the Kejetia Market Square. Today, you may want to call it the river of rubbish, and you will not be far from wrong. You would have expected a clear water running through this drain, but unfortunately, the culverts of the bridge on this particular river have been blocked by the piles of rubbish here. The stench here is unbearable.
The rubbish stagnated in the weeds and the choked drains now serve as a breeding ground for various infectious diseases. For residents and traders near to this unpleasant scene, they must live with the perennial sanitation crisis.
They are from
Abinchi. A businessman here cleared the drain some time ago, but they are back again.
The best thing I say, I'm to go to the
Plastic pollution remains a major challenge, degrading the beauty of the city, touting itself as the garden city of West Africa. The pollution is driven by increased urbanization and consumption, with vast amounts of plastic waste overwhelming waste management systems. The Kumasi metropolis produces at least 1,500 tons of solid waste daily, with plastic waste accounting for about 54 tons, approximately 3.52% of this total.
It's not happening today. It has been happening. We've seen people taking it out, but still it is coming. And here is also part of the garden city. One of the biggest towns even here is an industrial area because we are in Asqua. So it's an industrial area. And you can see an industrial area. Look at what is happening here. Surely there is a recycle company around. So they can use this, recycle it, do something different.
Local government authorities are worried the indiscriminate waste disposal habits in the city cut budgetary spending intended for other critical infrastructure.
If you were to take excavators today, the volume of work that is there, you would have to go on about 20 to 50 trips to get everything out. We are looking for money to provide lights for our streets, and then all of a sudden this comes and it becomes an emergency because it's an environmental issue. So you have to go using the little resources that you have to do things that are needful to go and do this one, and it's as a result of our bad behavior.
Not only is this a sanitation crisis, but a ticking time bomb for a disaster should there be any heavy downpour. It's from here at the Ahojo Enclave in the Ashanti region. My name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
This is Joy News Desk. Business is up next after this break.
Welcome back. I am Michelle Ejekum. Let's do some business stories. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's leading human resource consultancy, Lane Services Limited, Dr. Ellen Hagen, is calling for the responsible and ethical use of artificial intelligence in the country, especially the educational sector. Speaking to Joy Business during the 10th anniversary float of Legacy Girls College, Dr. Hagen said, while AI presents vast opportunities for efficiency and innovation, there is the need for a clear structure to guide its use to avoid abuse and job displacement.
Of activities marking the 10 years of providing quality education to girls, the school organized a 10th anniversary float from the Accra Mall to 37 Military Hospital and back to Accra Mall, where students, teachers, and some parents fraternized, creating a memorable impression on the minds of the students and the general public.
The artificial intelligence is a tool. If you don't use the skills wisely, it can be negative and it can be positive. So we are teaching our girls to use those tools positively, to give the prompts, and the usage should be such that it is grounded in the values that we have taught them, so that the impact will be felt now. We can't thank God enough for what He's doing with our girls. You know, we are teaching them those soft skills. The robots are here, and we want to make sure that they are able to do what the robots cannot do.
On her part, the head of school, Grace Yaba Eziye, called on parents who want quality education compared to other developed countries to enroll their wards to Legacy Girls College.
This is the school of the future for girls in this country. We will put them on the world platform. Enroll your girls with us and you will not regret it. We will take them places.
The 10th year anniversary is under the theme, A Decade of Intentional Leadership, Empowering the Next Generation of Women.
Now, also more than 120 small and medium-scale enterprises in Kumasi have benefited from a business clinic designed to enhance their digital marketing skills and improve their global competitiveness. The event by MTN Ghana forms part of a year-long SME Accelerate program to empower over 600 local businesses across the country to boost Ghana's economy. More in this report.
SMEs remain the backbone of Ghana's economy, contributing about 70% to GDP and creating nearly 85% of jobs nationwide. The MTN Ghana organized its 4th SME Business Clinic of the year, bringing together more than 120 small and medium-scale enterprises in the Ashanti region. The initiative forms part of the company's SME Accelerate program, aimed at building the capacity of businesses and enhancing their competitiveness on the global market. The SME Business Clinic has already been held in 3 other regions, with MTN targeting at least 600 SMEs nationwide by the end of the year. Senior Manager for SME at MTN Ghana, Mohammed Abubakari Sidi, says the clinic is designed to address the critical challenges SMEs face, including financial management, digital adoption, networking, and access to partnerships.
A program called SME Business Clinic. We dubbed it as clinic because we believe, based on what we have done, research that we have done, most of our Ghanaian SMEs have challenges here and there. So challenges spanning from financial, digital adoption, and also looking at partnership and also networking. So we identified some of these challenges within our SME cohorts, and then MTN decided to put this together as part of the SME Accelerate. This year, MTN came up with a program from January to December. We are going to do SME Accelerate. How do you accelerate with the SMEs to ensure that we are able to give them value for money? We are able to give them we are able to empower them, build their capacity, so that they will be able to rub shoulders with their international partners. So.
And that's it for business. For more business news, please log on to myjoyonline.com. I am Michelle Agyapong. Mamisi.
And Michelle, before you go, UDS won, the world title, the World Universities Football Tournament, and I'm thinking they should replace the Black Stars. What do you think?
Mamisi wants to put me in trouble, but I think some of them, we can fit some of them in.
We should migrate them into the Black Stars because they've not delivered. The Black Stars till date haven't delivered the World Cup. Anyway, we congratulate them again. Thank you for being with us on this for this edition of Desk. We'll be back tomorrow with more news.